Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel, Cobalt Mood. Yesterday was the last day of the marathon and it was kind of interesting. Gonna be honest, I kind of wanted to end on a bang and I ended on a toot. Just made that up. I was able to leave around 3:30 to go to the post office and start the thrift route. Didn't really give myself a lot of time. I think I was really banking on my gold mine store working out, and that was underwhelming. The first stop I went to pulled 2 items out of there. I needed a total of 14 when I left yesterday. One of the items I definitely am taking a gamble on because it has no sales history on eBay. And some people avoid items that don't have any sales history, but I kind of embrace them because they just worked out for me with the right keywords and the uniqueness of the item. Maybe I just believe in myself too much. So here's the one that I pulled out of my first thrift. And she is a handmade doll. Actually came out of an Etsy store. She has a zippered mouth, sort of a voodoo type design with the rag doll hair. Keywords that I'm probably going to use to sell this: voodoo, ragdoll hair, one of a kind, or OOAK, handmade. I did find this doll still listed but sold out on the Etsy creator's website, so I'll probably use the name of the doll in my eBay listing. The Etsy creator of these dolls did have a lot of positive reviews. One of them in particular was like, "Me and my daughter love it. We were trying to get it for my mother, but unfortunately the doll is sold out." And so I'm like, well, all right, there's somebody looking for another one. And I have it. I got this girl for $3. Etsy people, I feel like, usually price up their items pretty high, so I bet I can get $30 out of her. No, but we'll just see. I'm going to have to really use keywords and delight the weirdos of the world to find my item. Definitely took a chance on her, and I think that was supported by me having a bit of anxiety trying to find my items yesterday. So from there, I ended up leaving to my honey hole, and I was just really banking on them having this refreshed inventory. But what I walked in on was they had removed the bulk of the stuff I had gone through on Saturday, I think, when I got 27 items. They're the kind of thrift store that they pack their shelves so intensely that, like, if you try and pull one out for others fall out, it's actually a very annoying experience, but it's great for me because there's a lot to choose from. Whereas the shelves were looking very bare, like one layer. I was able to get through it pretty quickly. I got 8 items pretty easily that hit my metric, but I needed a total of 14. After getting 2 from the first and then 8 from the second, I was down to needing 4 items. And at that point, it was 5:30 because I didn't leave the store till 6:30. So in that hour, I was circling the different aisles, looking to see if anybody had dropped any plush in other aisles. I also was looking at like the toy section, the hat section, the bag section. Like, I was kind of getting desperate for the last 4. And I did pick up a few along the way that I was not really sure about. Like, I knew I didn't really want to deal with them, but my aim was to replace the 4 I had in my cart with better items. Even if they weren't plush, I was okay with that. The first one actually probably would have been good to come home with. I was hesitant to deal with it because it was a doll that was porcelain. So I'm going to go ahead and tell you about it because for anybody who does deal with dolls or would take a chance on it, like, would probably actually be a good pickup. So this doll was branded by Harley Davidson. I think she was marketed as like the ideal girlfriend or old lady or whatever they call the chicks that ride with the dicks. That should be a phrase. I don't know why people don't say that, but anyways, this doll had porcelain arms and head, but the body was soft. She had tight blue jeans on and this like leather, I forget what they're called, but it cinches at the waist. And then these like black sunglasses. and she also had a hang tag on her. So like she looked in great condition. I did find out through the comps that she does come with a box. So I didn't have the box, and obviously a box really helps make sure that she's not going to break during shipment. And that was mostly my biggest concern with her, is just dealing with the potential breakage and not wrapping her correctly to get to the customer. Oh, by the way, her name was Candy, if you want to look her up. The lowest price on eBay was $75 with the box. And then it went up to about $150 with other accessories that I guess she came with originally. But yeah, I ended up replacing her with this plastic action figure. His name, or his nickname, I guess, is Little Penny. And he is this character used to be able to talk. He has movable lips, just barely, but press the head. Once I got home, I replaced the batteries on him to see if he works, but sadly he does not. Here's the copyright on the butt. So it says 1997 Nike. And he originally came with a ball. That's why he has a little nub on his hand. The ball, somebody listed just the ball. It's like this big for like $100 or something on eBay. So this guy's clearly a collectible. His head moves. This keyword is swivel head. Learned that from TA Doll Lady. Shout out to her on YouTube. So I listed him for $60 just to have room to negotiate. We'll see. I'm curious to see if people will pay $60 or $40, $50, whatever, for a non-talking collectible doll. There's only about 5 of him listed. A lot of them are listed new in box, and the highest one actually that's listed currently has 11 watchers, and it's $1,500. So definitely somebody to look out for. Obviously it would be way better if he talked. The talking ones without ball, without packaging, go for around like $125 to $175. He's completely plastic, not going to break on me. That's why I ended up going with him instead of Candy. All right, the other one I had in my cart to potentially replace with a better item ended up being this very vintage, very old poodle from this company based out of Japan. I believe it's Carrington is the name. He's a wind-up musical doll. There was one that recently sold for around $50, so still great. I got him for $4. So the music works, the movement works barely. It's very light movement, so I bet somebody could potentially fix him with the right skills, or probably just put him on a shelf. I'll play a little bit. I did film this partially before, but the dog I have here, Nelson, was being a little menace and very difficult to film with. So this is round 2. I cranked this thing too hard, so I had to sit in silence for like 4 minutes listening to the music until it stopped so I could continue filming. So I'm only going to do a just slight crank so you can get the idea. So see, the tail kind of moves. The ears move slightly. The head does move slightly. I bet there was more movement in its original function. Kind of creepy. It does the trick. It's cute in a creepy way. Say that much. He's actually from the 50s. So there's other ones of him listed of similar condition. I have sold really old poodles like this. Like they're so old that the eyes are felt. The body is like a foam texture. Kind of feels like that foam you get from really cheap like county fairs. There are buyers out there. Sometimes it just takes a little bit longer to sell. So I was kind of on the fence on that one. $50 is nothing to scoff at. I did pay $4 for him. Like I said, I only needed 4 more. I probably should have just left and gone to another store, but I really was just so done. I really wanted to just find my 4 at the store I was at and then finish the challenge and go home. So yeah, got those 2, and then I ended up picking up a Folkmanis polar bear And again, on the fence about that one because I actually own the same one here, but I haven't sold it. So don't typically like to pick up the same animal twice if I don't have proof of concept that that one's going to sell. But that'll just make listing a bit easier because I can just go to my original listing and put quantity too, because like they're similar in what they look like. The last one I picked up actually was two because I could just tell by looking at them that they weren't going to be my $30 each that I was looking for. I'm kind of deciding if I'm going to list them separately or together. I got this kind of Beanie Baby looking flying monkey from Wizard of Oz. And then I also found the lion from Wizard of Oz. And I thought it was pretty cool the way that it was designed with the like underbite. It doesn't move, just looks like that, but hair is in good condition. And I just comped the monkey. The monkey is about 20 bucks and I bought this for $2. Yeah, like I could pair them together and list for 40. I don't know. But yeah, I think I left the store with more than 12 that I needed because of these lower priced items. And then, of course, I was looking at the time once I left and it was like 6 or so. And the store nearest me that I ended up getting that Douglas Terrier out of yesterday was still open till about 8. So I just thought, you know what? This is the last time you're going to be able to source for like a week. So just go to the store and see if maybe you find another Douglas. And there was some potential there, but I knew I already had enough stock. I ended up leaving with this huge Singer sewing bag. I think I lost my marbles. I've already listed it. It goes for about 40 to 60 bucks. I think at that point I really knew like, okay, you need to go home. You're losing your marbles. You're done with this challenge. And you're picking up weird items today. So just go home. In total, the marathon, which lasted 8 days, I got 192 items. That averages out to 24 a day. I needed 15 boxes at the start of today, and I have 15 boxes. So they're stacked over here. Over here is 14 because I actually already listed one box, which was today's listings this morning. And then you'll just get to see as I video how this stack goes down because these 14 boxes are going to cover this week and the week that my parents are here. And so they'll probably be down to 0 before the start of my next sprint. Mission accomplished. I got all of the items I needed to. It's not just a straight 8 in every box. I think I needed 23 was the actual number every day. So there's a slight overage with the amount of pickups. So my next sprint is going to be the 26th through the 29th. In those 4 days, I'm going to need to cover my dog stay in June, which is June 10th through the 14th. I have 10 days starting today until my parents arrive. And that stay, with I talk about them like they're dogs, that trip is going to be 9 days. And then the next marathon starts today. It's 6 days because that's as long as Nelson, the dog, will be here. So it's going to be a 6-day listing sprint. And then I'm going to have probably a 4-day sprint. Luckily, I can still list when I have the dogs. I just can't source. And again, I'm doing this because I want to afford myself this flexible life, but I'm not making enough through reselling. So I have to balance Rover on top of it. So this is where we're at right now. I have no idea how to end this. I guess I'll just let you know that I'm only halfway through today and it is 4:30. The day is just extended because I went for a 20-minute nap around 11 since Nelson woke me up at 6 a.m. and I woke up at like 1:30. So my body definitely wants to reset. And I also had alarms. And when I woke up at 1:30, guess who was sitting on my phone? Not me, Nelson. Nelson had suffocated my phone so we could sleep longer. So yeah, 2.5 hours were cut out of today for sleep. I'm going to now do my next set of 8 listings, and those are going to be my first 8 for my parents' arrival. So I'm doing it. It feels slow and clunky. but I'm on track, and that's what's most important. I have not screwed myself yet. Let the boxes begin. May the odds be ever in my favor. Alright, I guess I'll just stop using you guys as a vehicle of procrastination and begin my next round of photos. Talk to you guys tomorrow. Bye.